Hi you guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I make the Chamoy Tajin covered apples. If you guys want to see how I make it, then just keep on watching. Alright, the things you're going to need is chamoy, tajin, and your chamoy candy wrapping. You're going to need apples. I prefer using the green apples. To me they just taste better. They're a little bit more tart, so it kind of balances off between the tart and obviously the sweetness. And you're going to need a bowl, a rolling pin, or you can also use a tortilla maker slash smasher thingy. They both work just the same. You just need something to flatten out your candy wrappings. And you're also going to need a Ziploc bag. Also, you're going to need some water, but you're going to need that just to wet your hands a little bit. Alright, the first thing you're going to need are your chamoy candy wrappings. I purchased these at our local Mexican market. They run about between $4 to $5. And then you're also going to need your Ziploc bag. Alright, these are what they look like. You're going to take the wrapping off and make sure you take it off completely, because last time I made this I left some plastic off. So be careful when you take it off that you get every little piece of the plastic off, because we don't want anyone choking. So make sure you have that off, and once you have that off, you are going to then get your Ziploc bag and you're going to open it, and if you can, just tear it all the way down on the sides and tear the other side. And tear it. So it kind of looks like a little book. Okay, you don't have to cut down the middle. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to wet your hands. Just run them out into the sink for a little bit. Okay, and then you are going to kind of just moisten the outside of the candy wrapping. Then you're going to place it on one side, and then you're gonna close it on the other. You don't have to smash it down, and then you're going to put this in the microwave, starting off at 5 seconds, and then just enough to where it gets a little bit soft and not too hot, because then obviously you're gonna end up burning the candy and then you're just gonna have to throw it away. Once the 5 seconds are done, you're just gonna check it, make sure it's not super soft, and obviously it's not too hot. Then mine's a little bit hard, so I'm gonna add another 5 seconds. I'm gonna add just 5 more seconds because it's still a little bit firm for me to work with. And this should be just about right. Yeah. So obviously you're gonna be able to see it's soft, but obviously it's not hot to where I can't work with it. Alright, so again, you can either use a rolling pin and you're just gonna roll it out until it's about maybe 5 inches all the way around. So this is the size apple I get, if you can kind of get an idea. I don't get a super large one, again, because if you do, then you're might gonna need like maybe 1.5 to cover it evenly. So just get a little medium-sized apple. Small ones work too. You might have a little bit more of a thicker coating on the outside, but it's still good. So you're going to roll it out all the way around. Or if you have a tortilla press, then you can place it inside. Obviously make sure it's still in the bag, because then it'll stick to it. So you can do that, push it down, and then kind of just turn it so that way it's kind of like a circle all the way around. Oh, mine's not even a circle, but that's okay. So once it's already rolled out, you're going to open one side, and then I like to run my hands under the water again. Again, they're not super drenched. I just literally run them through and I just shake the remaining water off. Okay, and then I just gently and with patience pull the candy wrapping off of the plastic bag. And once it's peeled off, it will look like this. And then I will kind of pull it just to kind of even it out, because mine didn't turn out to a perfect circle, but that's okay. So just pull it out very gently because it will tear. And even if it does, it's okay because it's super sticky, so you can kind of just pinch it and it'll close up that hole. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll place it on one side of my hand, and then again I'll run my hand through the water, and then I place it this way from the top of the apple down, and then I start wrapping it. And this is how it will look once you start wrapping it. And then again, it's not gonna completely cover it, but you just work with it. And if it starts to dry out, start sticking to your hand, again, just run your hand under the water, shake it off, shake off the remainder of the water, and it will start to, it'll start to form. And here, perfect example, here is a hole right here. I kind of just squeeze it on the outside, kind of just pull it towards that hole, and it will close it. So you really can't mess up, so just take your time with it. Again, eventually once you start doing these often, you'll get the hang of it, and then you can just smooth it out. Again, there's a little hole right there, so you can kind of just push the candy towards that way. And mine is starting to dry, and see how it has like all these creases on here? You can smooth it out by just wetting your hands. I just use the side of my thumb to kind of just push everything around and kind of just smooth it over. Smooth all of the wrinkles. Alright, once you've smoothed out your apple, if it's a little bit glossy, if it's still wet, that's okay. It's actually great that it's still wet, because you are going to then fill up your bowl with as much tahini as possible, just so that way we can get a good coating of the apple. And some people put a stick through it. I don't. I prefer to just leave it like this because I'm gonna just slice it up. So Nadia is actually going to do this step for me. Okay, she already washed her hands. Hi, boo. Alright, so she's going to roll the apple in the tahini. Okay, once you have completely coated your apple in tahini, your apple is pretty much ready. You can eat it now. I personally like to let it rest for about an hour. I have a piece of plastic wrap here, so I usually wrap it as tight as I can. And then I just make sure it's super tight, and then I place this in the refrigerator for about an hour. Okay, so I made one last night because initially this video was supposed to be made last night, but I kept messing up and I got frustrated. So I did make this one, so this one did get a whole night's rest. So I'm going to show you how I cut our apple. Now I use a serrated knife because I feel like if the other ones I don't know, I just feel like it'll tear the candy. This one is sharp enough to where it'll just cut right through. The reason why I have it rest is because the tahini will stay on here. Right now, if we try to eat the other ones that we just made, all the tahini will be like, it'll be coming off, and yeah, we want to have that tahini taste on the outside of the apple. So, so once I have that, obviously here's the center of the apple, so I cut all the way around, I kind of like square it off. Here is the core of the apple. And once I have all the pieces, now I just thinly slice them. So once you have all your apples sliced, they will look like this. And then you can be fancy schmancy and you can display them very nice on a glass plate. And I usually kind of fan them out. So I kind of just put them at a slant. Alright guys, so this is how it looks once you are done. Again, you can eat it like this sliced, or you can put it the whole apple on a stick and basically eat it like you would any other candy apple. But it's entirely up to you. It's super delicious. The kids love these. Now, for the chamoy, you can either drizzle it on top, or you can do like how we do. I usually get a small bowl and I just squeeze a little bit into the bowl, and that way we can get as much chamoy as we want. So I'm going to let the kids have some because they've been patiently waiting to have some of these. We also put a little bit of tahini in the chamoy, just a little bit, not too much, because there's enough tahini on the apple. Whoa, that's too much.
What are you doing, man? Trying to kill us?
Millie. All right, so dig in.
Woman!
Dig in, baby.
You just eat it by yourself? You just come out of nowhere.
Nellie, that's a lot, my love.
I know.
Is it good? Is it good?
I like to bite this stuff.
The candy? What about you, Natty? You like it? Without this, though? Or you like it without? Yeah? And Natalie is usually the picky one. She doesn't really like anything too spicy. Good? Good?
Thank you guys for watching it. I hope you make these. They're really easy to make, and they're delicious, and they're super fun in the making of the process, or the process of making them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.